Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As usual, before we start our lesson, kita ni akan mulakan dengan berselawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW selama 2 minit. Mari kita ni sama-sama membaca 3 niat penting sebelum memulakan selawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW. Yang pertama, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Yang kedua, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dan yang ketiga, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah di akhirat kelak. 2 minutes from now.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد.
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmatmu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmatmu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku, dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, 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 ya Rabbal Alamin. Now, the first topic for this week will be bar chart. Can you please get ready with your notes, page 99 and 100. Pay attention. For each topic, you have 2 tasks, okay, given. The first one, you need to complete your notes. Write your notes properly. Make sure the answers, the workings are correct. After that, you hand in your notes by referring to guideline notes. And the second task is your worksheet. Your worksheet I already convert into PDF and upload it into your Google Classroom. you need to write your answers, your workings on that PDF. Get use of that pencil and the typing. Okay, I know you can do better than me about that one. Alright, after that, don't forget to hand in by referring to guideline worksheet. Alright, every task I will upload into your Google Classroom, so just focus to your Google Classroom and follow my instruction. Alright. Okay, now, what actually a bar chart? A bar chart uses bars to represent the number of units. Number of units, most of the time in graph we use frequencies, alright? I repeat myself, a bar chart uses bars to represent the number of units, frequencies, of the various items. It has uniform column width and each should be equally spaced out. In simple way, how to remember bar chart, just remember about KitKat. Here, we can see here the KitKats we have equally spaced out and we have uniform column width. This one. Okay. Example 1. A survey was carried out for a school with an enrollment of 200 students. The students were asked about the number of books they read last month. The results are shown in the uncompleted bar chart below. Okay. The questions here is complete the bar chart by drawing bar for 5 books. This is exam type questions, so you need to know how to solve these questions. In here, the frequency is number of student. The frequency is the number of student, and here is the number of book. Okay, this part is missing, the bar for 5 books. Now, how to handle these questions? You need to read the graph and find out how many students read 0 books, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 books. That is your step 1. Like this one, 5 students, 0 book, 20 students, 1 book, 30 students, 2 books, 60 students, 3 books, 50 students, 4 books, and 10 students for 6 books. Can you please copy this down properly into your notes? Okay, so that is the hint. To find the missing bar of 5 books, you must know how many students already read the books and who does not read the books. Okay, and what will be your step 2? Think about it. Can I give you 1 minute for that? Okay, 1 minute from now. Coba. Okay, now, do you get this? The answer is 25. But do not stop up to this. This is your step 2, but this is not your final step. Now, you already know the number of students who read 5 books is 25 students. So, don't forget your final step should be completing that bar chart. Find out for 25 and you draw the bar. Okay? The next questions, what fraction of students read 2 books? Now, for each questions, you need to find the keywords. Here, the keywords is fraction. So, your answer must be in fraction. Okay? Now, the fractions of students. Here we are talking about students. Students who read 2 books. The hint here, you look at the bar of 2 books. How many students read 2 books? Okay. Then give your answer in terms of fraction. I want to see how you doing this. Can I give you 1 minute from now? Alright? Okay. Now, do you get this? Number of students divided by total number of students. So your numerator should be 30 and your denominator is 200. Alright, always simplify your answer. So your final answer should be 3 out of 20. Okay, now question C. How many students read more than 2 books or less than 6 books? The keywords here is more than and less than, and you must be certain 2 books and 6 books are included or not. Alright? Now, the hint here, students that read 3, 4, and 5 books. In exam, you are not given any hints at all. But here, I give you hints. The only included will be students that read 3, 4, and 5 books. So, can you please calculate it by now? I give you 1 minute. Okay, now just focus with the students. So circle student who read 3 books, 4 books, and 5 books. So 60 plus 50 plus 25, the total will be 135 students. The next one, part D, find the percentage of students who read either 1 or 2 books. Find the percentage of students who read either 1 or 2 books. So the keywords here is percentage. Okay, make sure each questions you need to find the keywords. And the another keywords here is either 1 or 2 books. That means both of them are included. Okay, so you need to look at bar for 1 book and 2 books. That will be your hint. All right, now 1 minute from now. Okay, now, so one book will be 20 students and two books will be 30 students. More or less like question C, but because these questions is asking about the percentage, so 50 out of 200. Denominator always the total. You always confuse with this 100 and 200, okay? You always confuse with this 200 and 100. Remember, 50 is part of these 200, so this 200 should be always be at the denominator, and because you want to find the percentage, that is why it must be multiplied by 100. Always multiply by 100, please. Okay, please take note about this one, and your final answer should be 25%. Okay, the next one, part E. What was the average number of books read by a student? Give your answer to the nearest whole number. Before you start to answer the questions, you need to find the keywords. Alright? The first keyword is average, and the second keyword is round off to the nearest whole number. Alright? So now, as I mentioned earlier in your notes, in your previous notes, average can be also called as mean. Mean can also called as average. That is another part. And another part, this average can be referring to mean, mode, median. Okay? Mean, mode, and median. But in this slide, in these questions, average here maksudnya means. Jelas, ha? Average here maksudnya means. So recall how you calculate, how you find the means. By using your frequency table also can. You can draw your frequency table, silahkan. Alright. Now I will give you clue here. Average equal to 0 times 5 plus bracket, don't forget the bracket, 1 times 20 bracket plus bracket 2 times 30 plus bracket 3 times 60 plus bracket 4 times 50 plus bracket 5 times 25 plus bracket 6 times 10. And because of average, you must divide with the total, and the total here is 200. Now can you please continue this working? 1 minute. Do it properly. You can use your calculator. Okay, now the next step is this one. 0 plus 20 plus 60 plus 180 plus 200 plus 125 plus with 60 divide by 200. In exam, you must show your workings like this, okay? And you should get 645 divided by 200. You will get 3.225. But because of the questions want the final answer to be round off to the nearest whole number, so this answer will not be your final answer. You need to round off to the nearest whole number, so your final answer is 3. Bracket to the nearest whole number. Please copy down carefully and properly and also accurately. Alright, I'm going to check your notes. Okay, moving on with the next example. Example 2. Halim did a survey on the time it took students in his class to get to school on a particular morning. He wrote down their times to the nearest minutes. So in this box, these are the data set that collected by Halim in his survey. The question here is, complete the group frequency table below for Halim's data using class interval 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and etc. Interval here means group. So, this dataset, the elements in this dataset, we will group them into their own group. Here we have 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60. 1 to 10 means 1 and 10 included. So, any elements in the dataset contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 will be grouped under 1 to 10. Okay. Now let us check for 1 to 10. We have 10, 5, and 6. So we have 3 elements altogether that group into 1 to 10. Can you get me so far? If you're still confused, you can text me later. Now 11 to 20, we have 15, we have 18, we have 11, we have 15, we have 17, we have 12, and we have 20, and we have 15. So 8 elements altogether. 21 to 30, 23, we have 21, we have 26, we have 29, we have 27, we have 22, we have 28. That's all? Yes, so we have 7 elements altogether grouped under 21 to 30. 31 to 40, we have 33, we have 38, and we have 40. So 3 elements all together. 41 to 50, we have 45, we have 49, we have 44, we have 41, and we have 42. So 5 elements all together. 51 to 60, we have 60, we have 58, we have 52, and we have 57. So we have 4 elements altogether that group into 51 to 60. Next questions. Draw a bar chart to illustrate the data. Okay, we already have the table. And now you're going to draw a bar chart. Remember, bar chart is like a KitKat. Okay, so here is your graph. Can you please fill in all the information here? Make sure you have uniform width between one bar chart to the another, between one bar to another bar. Write down the frequency. 1 to 9 should be enough. The time taken, labeling, important. You must write down the labeling. On your x-axis, time taken, bracket minutes, MIN. And in your y-axis, your frequency, bracket number of students. Okay, I already helped you with this. And don't forget the title, time taken by students to get to school. Now, your task is to draw your bar. Okay, make sure all the bars are correctly done. Alright, so I will give you 1 minute for that. 1 minute from now. Okay, now remember in exam you need to do all of this, okay? The title, the labeling, you need to do it by your own, okay? But in these notes I help you with that. So your task is only you need to know how to draw the bar, all right, correctly, all of them. 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 bars must be correctly drawn, all right? Now for your 1 to 10 you have 3, 11 to 20 we have 8, 21 to 30 we have 7, 31 to 40 we have 3, 41 to 50 we have 5, and 51 to 60 we have 4. If you're still confused with this one, you can ask me later. The last slide. What conclusion can Halim draw from the bar chart? Part C. Okay, you already have the bar chart. Then you explain. Conclusion here means what you can say about the bar chart. Example, shortest or largest time taken, the percentage, fraction, whatever relevant information to the bar chart. Just say it, okay? Just say it. Just write down your answer. Don't leave this kind of answer blank, please. Alright? So, one possible answer that you can give for these questions, 4/15 of the students took 11 to 20 minutes to get to school. Just like that. Okay? By doing this, we already complete the bar chart part, the bar chart topic. If you still confused, you can text me later. Thank you for doing your job. Belajar benar-benar. Okay, belajar benar-benar. Fokus, ikut arahan. And don't forget, you need to hand in your notes according to guideline number 1, guideline notes. And don't forget to complete your worksheet, your PDF, put your workings, and hand in your PDF, your worksheet, by following the guideline worksheet. Okay, thank you very much. Mudah-mudahan ilmu yang saya sampaikan ini sampai kepada kamu. Please, kuatkan semangat, kuatkan hati, sama-sama tani berjuang. Okay, mudah-mudahan segala penat lelah kita ini dikurniakan kejayaan yang cemerlang dunia dan akhirat. Amin. Now, we will end up our session by reciting doa. Thank you all students. Jaga diri baik-baik. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.